Oh my God. So I know I'm like, I'm like 7 minutes late and this is live. Hey guys. Of course, I had to do a lot of setup and I thought I had it all together and I didn't. I actually didn't. And so we're live. I'm Sylvia Hubbard, if you don't know, founder of Motown Writers Network. And we are live on Motown Writers. And I just kind of want to give an update on things. Hey, Elizabeth. Hi, man. Hey, Jessica. And this is like Ask Me Anything and updates on the Motown Writers. I might occasionally have to get my glasses to see the screen. Hey, Dan. To see the screen because I'm getting old. A lot of questions were asked on the Ask Me Anything section, and a lot of it was about beginning marketing and about it was also another one. It was a good one too. It was beginning marketing and just the networking kind of thing. So I want to go a little bit about it because I just did the Reading conference, and thank you, Miss Tanita, for having me there. We talked about my subject was ebook and how to become a global author. So it was kind of cool. I was able to incorporate an old presentation actually that I had done for the Rochester Writers Conference and then mix it together with ebook creation, because I can explain ebook creation in less than 5 minutes, and she gave me 45. So I wanted to show how you can, after you create your ebook, or things you have to do even to the pre-setup of an ebook, and then taking it to a global level, because I don't have time to get on a plane all the time. Neither does everybody else. Time or money to get on the plane all the time. So that's what I did. So that was kind of cool. Other things that I have done this year was the National Book Club Conference. A lot of you guys asked me about that, and that was amazing. I just did a interview. You can check out my YouTube with Curtis Bond, the founder of the book club conference. So you guys can check that out on my YouTube channel. And also, of course, I did Reading. I did a whole bunch of events, and a lot of you guys did ask me about events too. You guys asked me, how do you get events? So that's what we'll be talking about, is beginning marketing, networking, and that'll be online and offline, and getting events for the next year, because pretty much I've started to set myself up a year in advance to kind of get it out there. So, and of course I'll be talking about my events as well occasionally. If you want to know why am I looking down, is because I have a Kindle with me. And if you don't know, anybody seen my Kindle before, this is it. This is my Kindle, and this is my keyboard that I have with my Kindle, because occasionally I like to type my stories on my Kindle. So that's what I'm occasionally doing, is because I need to get like different notes up. But let's go into the marketing. And if you guys have any questions, or you guys want to contribute any suggestions as I'm talking, we can go from there. So first, marketing. They had asked about beginning marketing efforts. Now, I'm talking about like straight from the beginning, like you are not even like brand new, but you're just getting set up. And even if you are, a seasoned author, make sure like you are doing checklists on the various things that should be set up. So of course, number one, of course, internet access, we don't even have to go into that, but of course, setting up a website, number one, should be a priority for all authors. Stop giving traffic to Facebook. And I know you're saying, well, you're on Facebook, so why can't I give you're on Facebook, so why not? But you should use these social media as kind of like breadcrumbs. Like later on, I'm going to take this video and of course post it to my website. So then I can, hi Hubert, so I can basically send this over there to them. So I'm going to repost it and have, make sure that people can see this video again somewhere else, So, but stop using Facebook all the time as your website. And I've seen it on business cards, and I'm not going to call any of you guys out, but stop it. Get your website together, get like your storefront together on there, have an about page, a contact page, and a storefront where you can take e-commerce, get your e-commerce together. Hey, Gail. And then people have a one-stop shop to you. That means if you do podcasts, if you do videos, if you do new book releases, new news, your website should be composed of update your website and then update everything else. That's what you should basically be doing. Hey, Shar, because that should be your one-stop shop for you. You should be making that a priority in your outreach. So when people always tell me, hey, I got this many followings on Facebook, I got this many followings on Instagram, I always ask them, well, how many newsletter subscriptions do you have, or how many blog subscriptions do you have? Because that's important, because those other things can just go away, But you have your own website, you have that stuff forever. You always have a way to reach out. And I listen to my advice. I'm going to tell you this. Hey, Shar, I listened to my advice actually about 5 years ago, when I basically started feeding my newsletter and blog subscription, and my sales completely changed on, my back catalog, on my viewership, even on social media, and my outreach to the community. It literally changed, where I became a more powerful influencer online, because I started really using my newsletter and my blog subscriptions as a powerhouse to getting the word out about what I was doing, what was happening, and things like that. So please get a website. Literally, it's $18 a year for a full website, with if you include the domain name, the website hosting, and even 3 gigs of power on there. There's no excuse. So get your website together, get those 5 pages together, and please update your website at least once a week. Once a week, you should be updating it. That's why I always say add a blog and post outgoing information there. No problem. So these are beginning steps to marketing. We're going to be talking about 3 things: marketing, networking. Hey, Denise. And marketing, network, and marketing, network, and events. Yes, marketing, network, and events. I'm trying to make sure I remember. I remember it. So that is the beginning marketing tip that I have for a lot of you, that covers all those questions that you guys have. How do I get new readers? How do I engage more? How do I get more book sales? Get a website and utilize it at least once a week. Draw traffic, get emails, and get the word out to people to come follow you from social media over to your website, and offer exclusives, offer things that they wouldn't get on social media. Get them involved over there. Hey, Bobby. Hey, how you doing? You want to get them involved with your website. So stop sending everything out on social media first, but get that exclusive content first. And then, hey, Denise, hey, Mary. And so then they can. So another marketing tip that I also engaged in: make sure you are connecting your website to your social media. So when you do post on your website, it does go out. I'm a time person, so I'm always thinking of ways to cut down on time. So get your website together, have it banging and going on. Oh, don't forget a contact page. I don't know if I mentioned that, but get it going, and then connect your website out to your other social medias, and get a schedule. Say, hey, I'm doing this week, and I'm going to be posting out for this. So you kind of give people an advance notice of what's really going on. Also, get a content manager, a social manager, where you can remind everybody, because like I talked about in my ebook class, your 6 a.m. is not everybody's 6 a.m. So you may post a new posting out on Monday at 6 a.m. for your newsletter, for your social media. But you got to remember, California doesn't wake up at your 6 a.m. and they're going to be dead sleep at your 6 a.m. So you want to post out again later on that day. And then you kind of want to post out later on tomorrow afternoon. to get everybody, and even in the Central Standard Time, to kind of remind people also, hey, this is going on. So don't forget, a social media manager is so great to have. Pay the $50 to Hootsuite and connect all your social media. When I'm on the trip and when I'm out and about, it is so awesome to be able to still get stuff done while I'm doing my trips, while I'm doing my speaking engagements, while I'm taking, my kids up to school and things like that, when I'm doing my personal stuff. Like, my mom went to the hospital, and I had to take my mom to a doctor's appointment, and it was so cool that I was still able to post out on different things that were happening on my blog at the same time, and people didn't know I'm driving my mom to her exam, and you don't even know that I've already set this up, to go out at that time. So that's awesome. I'm just telling you, it is. And people say, well, Sylvia, I don't have any time. And that's really no excuse. Like I always tell people, I've gone through the gambit, and pretty much you have no excuse not to do stuff. So what I'm telling you to do is get a planner, sit down on a Sunday for 20 minutes and get stuff done. 20 to 45 minutes every Sunday. You basically can get all your social media done. Literally. And you guys can give me an upswing if you've done it. Like, you've just sat down for 20 to 45 minutes once a week. You can literally get all your social media done. That means making your pictures off of Canva, then posting them out, and things like, updating your blog, tweaking your website, getting all the links together. Literally, I do a to-do task through the week, and then I hit it up on Sunday and get all of that done. And I'm doing it for like over 7 sites. So if I can do it, you can do it. You got one site. You can do it. So the next thing is networking. A lot of you guys asked, how do you network more or engage more readers? And basically, it's about literally getting off of social media. Now, I know you're like, Sylvia, you're doing a Facebook Live. Why are you talking about getting off of social media? It's true. Getting off and actually going to other events with authors, with people in your genre, people in your hashtag groups, if you care about something, people in your community. Getting off and networking has been the flat out what works. Getting your business card out to people, talking to people face to face, doing that. So make an agenda on your planner. An agenda on your planner to literally go out and be social offline where you can go. Right. And you do. To schedule social media posts is awesome. Trust me, Shar. Oh my God. You just don't know. Like, it's like a and you can schedule your blog posts too. So you have no excuse. Like literally everyone has no excuse. But getting offline and engaging in other things. So I always suggest, hit up meetup.com. You can even join our group, meetup.com/Michigan Literary Network. And but hit up in your genre. You can search for it by genre, by interest, by books, by anything that you like for writing. But hit those places up at least once a month where you can go in and really network with people. The number 2 way to out of the box kind of get more networking and get more readers to your group is actually even going on social media and being social and not doing, digital flyer drops or just, hey, I'm telling people about my podcast, or just saying, hey, the only time you come on is to tell people about your podcast. You really don't engage with other people. So you got to remember, you got to be social. That's the first word in social media. You got to be social. Like, you can't just, I'm saying my mom died and then you're going to tag me in a post. Hey, babe, come over and check out my podcast. Really? That's what I need right now? So you gotta kind of like be social with people. you can create a lot of animosity in things if you are not you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in terms of being social media. True, this is a powerful medium where you can get the word out, but being social helps a lot. Community before book selling. That's all I always say. Community before book selling works every time. And if you are out in the community, if you're out even in your social media community, if you're out in the Facebook community, then you'll know what's going on. You're able to talk about current events. You know, it's not just about Popeyes. It's about the fire burning down in the Amazon. It's about the terrorists being cut off in China. You know, it's about being cut off from China, like things like that, and how you can take that stuff and relate it towards your book. Even works. Hey, you want to get away from all this hot mess and not get high cholesterol? Pick up a book. Great. You know what? I might put that in a post. That actually works. And it's true. But like, just being that way, being social, being out in the community, it basically sells itself. Being, you know, and I'm not saying, you know, you gotta be, you know, influencer queen and run around Detroit, you know, or around your city and just be everywhere, you know, but just knowing current events, knowing things that's going on, being out and about, you know, just be social. So that's my tip for the networking. Get out there and actually really do it. People think, oh, okay, well, I got to discuss this book in this book club. Read the book. You can easily listen to the book on your way to work. 10 minutes. 10 minutes every day. You can get through that book in about a week and be able to discuss it and have something to discuss, you know. But just getting out there, being social, and deciding to do something, it works. Community before book selling. So that's my networking wrap up on how to bring more sales to your books. Hey, Tia, how you doing, Miss Chriswell? So next thing is events. People ask me, how do you schedule offline events, and even online events, with libraries and book talks and things like that. So I don't have it on me. I should have my other book on me. I want to run over, literally, I want to run across the room, grab the book. But I would look crazy. So I have the author starter book. If you don't know, you can always go to my site at gumroad.com/SylviaHubbard1. And in the author starter book, I basically have a list of all independent bookstores in Michigan and also Metro Detroit Library. So what I do, and people ask me, how do I do this? And I repeat it all the time. And I'm going to tell you guys what I basically do. About October and April, I put together a pitch to libraries in my Metro Detroit area, and I give them, 4 subjects I can talk about. And then, I pretty much say I'm available to work with you in the upcoming months about a workshop at your facility for your participants that was encouraging, enlightening, and educational. You can paraphrase those words. Don't be taking my words, okay? But basically, I'm letting them know I would be happy to come in for a small honorarium. And you can always contact me. Use that word, honorarium. Love it. So, you can come in and then you can send those letters out. And I do email. Most times I send it out by email. And then I kind of wait for the responses. Usually the responses come in about a month to 3 months time, because libraries need at least a good 4 months to kind of schedule things and to see what's in their budget. Sometimes they'll contact you and say, hey, we don't have the budget right now, but can you come in for free? And, you pick and choose the talk. So I'll pick and choose like valuable talks I don't really give out unless I'm being paid, where I'm giving out resources, information, and things like that. But small talks like, what authors can do for successful, goals for successful authors and writers. I can do that for free all day, things like that. But if I'm doing like a writing, publishing, or marketing talk where I'm literally going to give you resources on step by step how to do something, then of course, yes, I would like a little change for that. So like they get to pick, and then they'll let me know what they can pay, and then I go from there, and then we set up a date. So I put everything in my Google Calendar, and literally on my sidebar, if you go to my website at sylviahubbard.com, it'll be like all my events are scheduled. So I have my feed to my calendar on my site, so people can actually see what's upcoming. And then even in my events, if you go to sylviahubbard.com/events, hey Linda, hey cousin Carolyn, you should tell Michelle she should be watching this right now. I'm just telling you. But the feed to my website will show all my events. And then if you go to sylviahubbard.com/events, you'll see all my upcoming events. So I'll have like all the events that are coming up, and we'll get to that. That was actually why I got the Kindle out, because I have to start telling you about the events, because I can't remember. Like sometimes it'll be so many, and people will come up to me like, when is your next event? And I'm like, whenever my phone tells me I got an event coming up. Because I literally notify myself in advance, which is crazy. I'm looking down at my Kindle, if you guys want to know why I'm not looking at the screen. I'll literally notify myself in advance when I have an event a week in advance, because I'm terrible about that. My kids were like that. I never knew what my kids were doing unless they sent me a Google event. You gotta tell me, hey girl. Let me know if you guys have any questions as I'm talking. I can talk and type, I swear. But like I have to keep everything in my Google Calendar in order to know what I'll be doing. And that's what I'm trying to pull up now, is the updated Google Calendar events. And I know you probably can't see that. The screen's so bright. And of course I'm gonna need my glasses, so don't be making fun of me, please. But literally I have gone through the gambit of like trying to keep up, or try to find events. And I used to get really frustrated because like I couldn't find events, and it was really hard as people were making the Yahoo groups. And if you're an old timer like me on the internet, you know what the Yahoo groups was. Those were the bomb. I still use Yahoo groups because I still get money from those. I don't know about y'all. I still get money from Yahoo groups, so I don't know where y'all been. But it was so hard trying to find like literary events, vendor events. Yeah. Okay. So what blog do you use? Are you using WordPress or are you using Blogger? Chris, author TL Criswell. I know how you want to go by. So, but what I did was I started first, number one, I did Google Alerts. So I started looking at Google Alerts for library, author fairs, Michigan, Detroit, and then literary. And then I sent that out. I waited until then. You can make me am I a guest or am I an admin on your blog? Because if you make me admin, I'll go in and like clean that out for you. I know. I'm just doing it for you. So like I send you my email, and then you make me an author, and I can go and clean it out for you if you want. I'll just do that for you, and then we can start from there. But you gotta kind of teach your blog. It's a computer, so you gotta kind of teach it what's spam and not spam, and go from there. So I'm trying to pull up all my. I gotta take my private. Okay, so now we got it. I got my events together, I think. So if I missed an event, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're gonna go. I'll let you guys know. So number one, that's what I did. Google Alerts. Yeah, send me a DM on Facebook and say, Sylvia, what's your username? Or add my username is Sylvia Hubbard 1. to your, and then make me an admin, or yeah, you have to make me an admin, and I'll go in and clean it up for you and see what we can do about making it better. And we can like talk on the phone and stuff. Send DM me your phone number and then we'll go from there. But so I did Google Alerts first to find the networking, and then number two, to find more events. Number two, I signed up at local libraries. If they had a newsletter, I signed up for their newsletter. So then I knew what was coming up. Number three, on Facebook, I looked for vendor events. So look up vendor events in my state. So it's like, I think it's 3 different groups of vendor events. And I literally, on the Facebook group, you'll see, I'll share it with you. So I pick and choose these vendor events from those groups and then post them over here at the Motown Writers group on Facebook, so you guys can see it. So when this gets posted up to YouTube, you can join our group at facebook.com/group/Motown Writers. And then I'll post it there where it's like, and I'm choosing events that are good for family oriented. Since I'm a romance writer, I love going to like woman events and, mommy events and things like that. And then I'm also looking for specific things like causes. Like it was like a lupus event that was going on, and it was a cancer event that was looking for vendors. And sometimes these vendor tables, guys, are from $10 to almost $40. Pay it, especially for a nonprofit, and take that off on your taxes later on. Whatever. And sometimes those are even, you make more money from those events because you're the only author there sometimes. Or like, they see your book there and you can make more money off of that. I went to an event one time and I think I paid $25 for the table. And I got there at 11 and the event ended at 6, and I had sold out a whole case of books. And I was like, this is awesome. I had an empty table at that point. So it was kind of good. So yeah, those vendor events are great. And that's how I find out about my vendor events, is looking up those. How else do I find out events? I do Meetup. I look on Meetup for events. So like once a month, I usually will scroll through all my Meetup groups and see what they're doing. And I also send them a proposal as well. For writing groups, I usually donate a workshop to them. So they get to donate. Now, if it's part of their conference, I'll charge, but for writers groups, I'll donate. So if you have a writers group you would like to invite me out, then please do. I would love to come out and speak about successful goals for writers and authors. But yeah, I do that a lot. I have that. And then I have, I do Meetup and Eventbrite. That's the key. That's what I wanted to make sure, you guys, because a lot of people don't check Eventbrite. They post things on Eventbrite, but they don't check for Eventbrite for events. So I have gone to Eventbrite, and usually after the Meetup, if I don't find anything successful there, I'll literally go over to Eventbrite and put in, like I said, books, literacy, literary, things like that. And then Eventbrite will bring in a whole lot of stuff. Like a whole lot. Like sometimes I've gone and found stuff like a year in advance about things and post out on either on the MotownWriters.com site, and you can go there and look up the category under events, or I will post over to or the groups itself here at the Motown Writers groups on Facebook, because you guys should know about these things. So that's how I find out about events. So we talked about, you do the proposal in October and April to the libraries. You can also do proposals over to independent bookstores. Now, you're not asking for an honorarium. You're usually asking for like a book talk. But don't just do a book talk. Do an event, not only a book talk, but also talk about the goals, successful goals for writers and authors, and a book talk. So make it kind of like a workshop book talk. I'll do like a weaving romance around suspense book talk to interest writers in coming as well as readers. And I can correlate, while I'm talking about my book, and even read an excerpt and then sell books, but make it an event, not just a book signing when you do independent bookstores. And that's a really good thing. And then what you should do, and I know Dan will like this, what you should do when you are doing these events, please market and promote these events. Don't just book the event and then on the day of the event, hey, I'll be at Schuler Bookstore today. No, tell them like about a month and a half in advance. Hey guys, I got upcoming events. Make sure you're looking at my event schedule, and coming up in the next month is this, and this, and this. You know, have a pre-book order form on your website where people can go and get books in advance. Do things like that, because what that does, it encourages other places to say, hey, we want her at our event because she was promoting this. She was promoting at this library for this library, you know. And even if they have other events that I'm going to be, hey, if you can't make this event at the library, I know this great other event that they're having, you know, after my event or before my event or something like that. So promote them. That makes it kind of better, because literally I have done events for other places and then they invite me back the next year. I don't even have to send them a request in that October and April. They literally will invite me back because I've been promoting them. It takes like 2 seconds to set it up on your blog and post out. Just tag them on Twitter and bam, they just think you're just, you know, bomb.com. And they don't even know, you weren't even thinking, you have forgot about the event actually, and I'm gonna be honest. But you have set it up like in advance so you wouldn't forget or wouldn't look like you forgot. So like, yeah, literally other places have invited me back just because I have readily promoted, you know, the event and what I was doing, make people aware of that. Hey, this is a bookstore that's happening and I'll be there, you know, this one time, but hey, visit this bookstore because I still have books there and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, you guys can pick up the author starter book if you want a list of all those, or you can look it up yourself. But if you just want a book that you can just sit down and check it off, you can go to the gumroad.com/SylviaHubbard1 and literally pick that book up and just go down, check it off, and send your request in. So yeah, you should enjoy it. I also have a marketing companion guide, now that we're talking about it. So we got all our things. Yeah, I did it. So I did all my 3 subjects. Yes, I did. So I also have a marketing companion guide as well that you can pick up, and it talks about, you know, procuring other speaking engagements and where other places you can get it. A goal income guide for authors, that's also in there, where not only are you making money off your books but other things. And then it also has a social media posting calendar to help you guys out, a content and posting calendar to kind of help you guys out. So yeah, check out that book, gumroad.com/SylviaHubbard1. You can get it there and I'll send it right out to you. Let me see what's coming up. Oh, events that are coming up. So you're going to get ready to wrap up. So, I need my glasses again. I actually got some more glasses. I got some video glasses I actually went and got. So they're clear, because I know I like the red, you know, I like it for me, but like when you have the clear glasses, you can see. When you're a sighted person and then you reform to glasses, I'm going to tell you this, it's really hard because it feels like you have bars all over your face and you have to do that extra look around when you're so used to being free without glasses. I'm griping. Yes, I'm griping. So I got clear lenses. And it feels like nothing's there. So yeah, if you're switching over from being sighted to partially unsighted, get clear lenses. These like don't get like red or thing. Even though like, yeah, I match. I love it. But anyways, I'm so goofy. So my next thing is Saints and Sinners, and actually that's in Indianapolis. Yeah, it's the Saints and Sinners, and I actually found that event in advance. And if you're a romance writer, DM me. And it's like a couple of groups. There are groups like the vendor groups, the Michigan vendor groups. There are romance groups for authors that have events going on in advance. So like in 2020, I'm doing a prison book fair, which is kind of good for a suspense writer. It's like, oh my God, they're doing a prison. I wanted to go to the one in Colorado that they're having at the Shining Hotel, the hotel that they filmed The Shining in. They're doing a book fair there for authors. And I'm like, oh, and you stay for 3 days at the hotel. I want to go so bad, but I can't go to Colorado to 2020. I promised my husband I would lessen our trips. Unless I can start like really getting the funds in to pay for them. So I'm like, that's my goal for 2020 is to get a huge traveling budget. So 2021, we going to Colorado. He just don't know it yet. So in Indianapolis, I'll be September 14th. And we'll have guest speakers. Actually, we'll have empowerment and an empowerment author who will be at the Motown Writers Meetup Group. So you guys make sure you guys attend second Saturday. But I'll be there. October 5th, I'll be at the 5th Annual Trail of Authors. That's another event I found out back in 2018, and I applied to say when they have another opening to contact me. And then she had an opening this year, and I got in on the 5th Annual Trail of Writers. And it's at the, don't get me started, it's at the Barnes and Nobles. It's the Barnes and Nobles in Muskegon, Michigan. So that's where I'll be on a Saturday from 1 to 4. But that was actually an awesome find on just looking up Facebook for groups. I was looking in Facebook groups, and there's other groups on Facebook that you can join. And like I said, you have to be social. And like they have other events that they'll announce in advance. So, and that's what I do. I usually keep it in my calendar and then send out, hey, can I join this group? Okay, then I have October 13th at the Hilton Gardens in Troy, how authors can rock their marketing workshop. And I'll be working with Paige's promotion for that. And then I have October 19th. I'm not sure if I'll be working with Lynn. You know what? That's my daughter. College. I just dropped her butt off at college. Every Facebook Live event, she calls. I swear. I was like, she's not going to call because she's at college. I just dropped her butt off. Okay, don't get me started. See, she got me all up in the light and everything. So the 21st, I'll be doing 21st Century Publishing and Marketing in depth, and that will also include client consultation. So each participant actually have a personal consultation with me, and that'll be with Linda Hunt. Oh my God, can we kill her? Can we like literally? The following week, I will be at the Knapp Library doing publishing and marketing workshop, but that won't be with client consultation. So you have to go to, if you want a personal client consultation with Sylvia, you can, please hit up Linda's thing. And actually, I have it there. And as soon as she sends me a link where they can start paying, to get in, please let me know, Linda. So send me that as soon as possible because I just announced it. So people are going to be interested. So yeah, and November 7th, I'll be doing the Black Advantage Business Conference. November 16th, I'll be doing another publishing and marketing event. November 23rd, I'll be at the Urban Author Takeover Book Expo in Southfield. I got that off of Eventbrite. That's one of my Eventbrite checks. And then in November 30th, I'll be the Shop Small Saturday Author Fair. So that's it. So that's it for now. I think I have more events to come. Like I said, go to sylviahubbard.com and do that. sylviahubbard.com/events. And you can see upcoming events or just look on my sidebar at sylviahubbard.com. If you guys don't have any more questions, I'm going to wrap it up. Go kill my child over the phone. And that's actually an art, to killing your child over the phone. Hey, Katrina. Oh, congratulations on your new book. Congratulations. And you have a book event release coming up as well. Yes. So, yeah, we were actually getting ready to wrap up. If you missed the whole live, you can always go back. I'll post this up to our group and you can listen about as I talk about beginning marketing for authors and networking and getting events. So, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to call my child and kill her over the phone only. which is not indictable. And I want to thank you guys. Don't forget to send me that stuff, Miss Criswell, so I can help you out, and add me as your on your WordPress. So I'll be looking out for that email as an addition to your website, and I just come in and help you out on your website. So yeah, it's only for Miss Criswell, so don't be sending me no emails. Some Sylvia, help me out too. It's called go to my Gumroad site and get a consultation, and I'll do it for you. It's only because I'm a nice person. Thank you. $75 an hour. Thank you. Okay, let me go. If you're not a subscriber to MotownWriters.com, make sure you go there and subscribe. And of course, thank you guys for being members. We are almost 3,000 strong. So you guys, yeah, post your events here in the group so guys know what's coming up. If you have especially big events, post those as well. You know, I don't mind. Long as it's literary, I won't ban you. Long as it's literary. So post your events out on the group so we all guys know about what's happening in your life. You can post your blog updates, don't forget, and post like what's happening to you in your literary life, your successes and challenges. We all want to know about it. We all want to help. I'll try to do an Ask Me Anything next month, so I'll post out probably at the beginning of September. I'll post the Ask Me Anything and we'll get to talking again. So thank you guys. I wanted to make sure I did this before the end of this month because I know I missed our scheduled date because I was just really busy. Just basically really busy. But thank you guys. I appreciate you. See you guys.